Thank you for tuning in to another episode. We appreciate you guys faithfully tuning in, following, liking, and subscribing to the channel. We also appreciate all your comments. In fact, we've been getting so many comments that I can't seem to keep up, and neither can Lavina. So today there was a question that someone had asked, and now I forget the question. Maybe Lavina can ask me the question.
Let me see if I can find that. What are we going
to I just remembered.
What is it?
Can non-Amish sleep with Amish? I'm assuming you're asking, based on the video that we made, you're probably asking, can a non-Amish person have sex with an Amish person? And we can dive into that question.
Yes, they can.
That was a short video.
No, I mean they're both humans. Like, yes, they can.
Yeah,
but there's consequences.
We'll go into more detail about that because, there's that gets to be a little bit complicated because the question from a youth standpoint. So let's say I'm a non-Amish person and I want to sleep with an Amish person. It's very, very difficult because the parents are super involved in who they hang out with. If it's someone outside the community.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes.
So we're not going to give you any ways to go sleep with
the Amish.
In fact, we don't encourage that if you're not marrying an Amish person. So we're just going to tell you from the community standpoint how they deal with someone that is not Amish but would like to have a relationship with an Amish person. It's almost unheard of, but it does happen from time to time.
Probably not with the Schwarzentrooper though. It would probably be more with the older or the more advanced Amish.
Yeah, so with the Schwarzentrooper, it's a very secret thing. So if let's say a non-Amish person likes an Amish girl or guy, whichever one, and within the community, because the community is so tight, immediately people would begin to find out about it, and they would kind of figure out what's going on there. So either the relationship would be put to a stop, or that person would ultimately end up leaving the Amish because they just couldn't. Like a non-Amish person, they're not going to allow that. Like a non-Amish person they're either going to say, hey, you have to come join the church, which that's happened before. It usually doesn't turn out well because there's so many rules that they have to follow. And
I get so many messages of people saying, I want to be Amish, I want to live like the Amish, and I don't think people realize what that actually means.
No. People don't realize what that actually means because if you've never been Amish, because there's a lot of rules. I think what people if I was to interpret what people are really saying is they want
a simple life.
They want a simple life. They want the freedom that the Amish have without all the rules that are attached to it.
The only reason the Amish do that is because of their rules. So if you can you could willfully go do that. You could go do it just because you want to, but that is not the case with the Amish. They do it, yes, and they're happy to do it, but the only reason they do it like that is because they grew up like that. They don't know any different.
Well, for example,
and then they have rules keeping it in place.
Yeah, for example, if you were going to live that way, you have to have a really, really deep conviction to stay within those boundaries, because it's kind of like, let's say, we'll use any other religion, for example. If you have a deep conviction to live a certain way, participate in certain things, you're going to follow your conviction. And that's
It's like
that's basically what how the
Yeah.
Amish live. Like
they don't
have,
just like that. They
like
don't
have the
just-
haircut, have the hat,
Mhm.
have these kinds of clothes. Like that's like their bond
Mhm.
to the way they live.
And it's not a like I'm doing this because I want to do this kind of thing.
No.
There is consequences if they don't do that. Like me putting my clothes on. I do this because I want to. If I was Amish, it wouldn't be a choice of whether or not I want to. I would have to whether or not I want. Like if I wouldn't want to, I'd get punished for wearing something else. Hanging up wall art.
What would the punishment be?
If I'm a church member being shunned, if I'm not, my parents would. Oh my gosh, I don't want to like assume what my parents would have done because I never sought to do it when I was Amish. But I'm guessing you'd probably not be allowed to go. Like you probably wouldn't be allowed to leave home. Basically, get grounded.
Yeah.
If you're old, like if you're a teenager. Now, if you're young, if you would have the willpower as a young kid to do that, you'd probably get a spanking. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you'd be told how evil it is and
it's more of a mental
game.
training than it is a physical training. I mean, there's like discipline involved physically, but it's not. I feel like in most cases it's not abuse.
No, it's just.
But there is a mental training. Like, hey, we do not do that. That's of the world. Like you cannot live that way. And
oftentimes when I think of Amish discipline, I think of the military.
Discipline?
I've never been in the military, but I know with the military, you get the rules, you don't get the reasons. You get the rules, you do it like this or else.
Yeah.
And that is how the kids are raised.
That's a really good example. But to further answer your question, can a non-Amish person sleep with an Amish person? Yes, you can absolutely do that. It's happened before, but it's not an ongoing thing. The community will find out more than likely. They will address it, and that person that's Amish, if they're truly in love with this other person, they will end up leaving, or the person that's not Amish will end up joining the Amish church. And usually what ends up happening from the stories that I've heard is that person joins the church for that person they're in love with. They begin to realize what all this is about, and they either leave themselves and the person that was Amish and they were married to stays that way, and it becomes a divide in the family, or they both decide to leave.
Yeah. And that has happened many times, where someone joins the Amish for their partner, and then a couple of years down the road, they both just leave.
Yeah. But it's also happened where they didn't. The wife didn't leave, but the husband that went back to join the Amish, he ended up leaving, and then the kids are split on what they want to do. Some of them stay Amish, some of them don't.
A lot of you guys, I don't know if y'all will see this or not, but I'm guessing there's some guys on here that have at one time or another thought they want an Amish wife because they want someone who works hard and loves Jesus. So you can't have an Amish wife unless you're going to be Amish too, which means you have to be hardworking and you have to make the income. So you can't just go into an Amish community and plug out a wife and run away with it. That's not how it works.
Yes. So that's a great point that you bring up, because I think
I've gotten emails from guys asking if I know any Amish women that they could date because they want an Amish wife.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's something special about having an Amish wife, or having a wife that comes from the Amish. But you also
grew up Amish.
But I grew up that way. So I'm just telling you, like, whatever culture you're from, whatever your background is, culture you're from, you're probably better off finding a partner in that culture, because you guys will have you guys will have. I mean, not that I'm in no place to give you marriage advice. I'm not trying to tell you who to marry, but I'm just saying, like, from trying to hook up with someone that is not of your culture makes things even more complicated because you don't understand their culture, maybe, or you've never lived that way, which can make the relationship more challenging, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, for me, marrying a girl that used to be Amish is actually very helpful because I understand the culture. I understand where she comes from. And yes, most Amish women are awesome wives because that's just how they were raised. And so if you're of a non-Amish background, find yourself a girl that had an awesome upbringing and marry that girl. And that's
I feel like, and it happens a lot of ex-Amish marry like complete non-Amish people, and it's successful and everything. You have several siblings like that, and it can very much be successful, but it can also make the relationship more strained because, like, one partner might have something that they don't like or whatever, and it's tied to something that happened in their childhood because they were Amish or happened while they were growing up. And so they just don't like it, and their partner might be like, you're paranoid or you don't understand. Like, this is... And I feel like that makes it harder.
Yeah, it's more challenging to work with.
Way more challenging, yeah. But which, if you like challenges, then, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. But also, we keep getting a lot of questions about, and I addressed this in the last video, and I'll keep addressing it, but why are we wearing Amish clothes? Are we legit, or are we for real?
I got blocked today on Facebook. Ooh. I got a comment on a video saying I had literally made a short video on my Facebook where I had my cookbook and stuff, and said, when someone asks me, do you want to come over and make Amish food and talk about how good it is or whatever, and I had my Amish clothes on. And it was like a 7-second video. This old lady commented on it and was like, how disrespectful and rude of you to mock the Amish like this, and it, like, this is disgusting, you're a nasty person. And I just replied, someone else replied to the comment and said, wow, look at you jumping to conclusions. And then I replied and said, do you know me? Because I'd like to hear your explanation of where I was making fun of these Amish. And I got blocked. She didn't even bother to answer back. Yeah. It's like she didn't do any research. And I also got a message today asking what my family would think of me making videos. And I replied to that and said my family would not approve of me making videos literally because I have a phone to do it. Like, they wouldn't mind that I'm wearing the Amish clothes. They just would not like it that I'm making videos at all because they literally don't like it that I have a phone. So anything I do on my phone, they don't like.
Yeah.
Including making videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great point. I mean, the reason why we do this is to educate people on the Amish lifestyle. And yes, we did have that experience growing up. I grew up Amish until I was 19. You grew up Amish until you were 18. So we live that lifestyle, and we choose to put these clothes on now. We don't have to at all. I don't have to wear these clothes. I choose to wear them simply because I want you guys to see what it was like, and we can talk about the style and why they have certain things a certain way. And I'm wearing a hat today, which I don't typically do, but you'll see more. I actually wore this hat up until the time I left, and this is the pretty typical haircut that I would have had when I was Amish. And you're dressed pretty much exactly the way you would have when you were Amish.
It is exactly the way it would have. Not the sleeves can't be too long, the dress can't be too long. Like, everything is down to the nitty-witty.
But we definitely have lived that lifestyle, and we're just choosing to make videos to educate people on the lifestyle. We're not claiming to be Amish anymore because we have left that lifestyle. So we're considered ex-Amish. But in order to educate and show you guys what it was like, we are dressing up in that way.
Should I give him the latest about my family?
Yes, absolutely.
So for the last 3.5 years, it was just me and my older brother that were ex-Amish from my family. But Monday evening of this week, one of my other brothers left the Amish. So another Hirschberger outside the Amish.
There's quite a big crowd of us by now.
Yeah, and he's coming to Texas, so we're like building up this Hirschberger ex-Amish community in Texas.
Yeah, and he's 17, so he's super young. 17, my brother left at 17, and that's considered pretty young to leave because...
And then some leave at 16.
Yeah, my sister left at 16 as well.
I have a cousin who left at 15.
Yeah, that's crazy young. But yeah, we're pretty excited for him. It's obviously a very sad time for my brother and his wife, which would be my nephew that left. It's sad for them because they treat it like he died, and they don't have a funeral for him, but they really
think his soul is lost.
Yeah, his soul is lost, but for him, he's experiencing extreme freedom right now, and he's enjoying a lot of things of this world, like maybe driving a car, having a cell phone,
getting a haircut,
wearing blue jeans, wearing whatever shirt he wants, and wearing colorful shoes, and
not wearing a hat all the time.
Yeah, and he can take a shower. He's probably never taken a shower, and it's just, there's a lot of things that he's experiencing right now that I'm super happy for him on.
That taking a shower reminds me of when I left the Amish. Like, taking a shower the first 2 times was so awkward for me. Like, I had no idea how you took a shower without getting your hair wet. So I was just like, every time I got in the shower, I washed my hair.
Yeah, it's quite the experience, but we're super excited for him, and just, I guess, if you care to, pray for his parents because they're going through a rough time.
Pray for understanding for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we appreciate you guys' prayers and support for Joshua Brandis. I know we mentioned that in the last video. We're going to continue to mention his name because we want his legacy to live on. We appreciate you guys' support for the family in that, and the 3 boys and his wife that were left behind. If you don't know who Joshua Brandis was, just type in Joshua Brandis on YouTube. There's a video. We talk about him. He was my best friend, and he passed away in a motorcycle accident, and so it was very unfortunate. But we just... we want to continue to lift up their family, and we want to continue to support them financially as well. So there's a GoFundMe up. If you guys care to donate to that, we would greatly appreciate it. All the proceeds, 100% of them, go towards the wife and the 3 boys. So with that being said, I hope we answered your guys' questions on can you sleep with an Amish person? And please leave your comments. Like and share this video. We appreciate your continuing support to this channel. It continues to grow on a weekly basis, and we're so grateful for that. And yeah, until next time, do you have anything else you would like to add, Lana?
Nope, not this time.
Okay, well, we will see you in the next video.